Hello guys, time for another honest review. This is Tovar and this is the Lalo Jungle Boots honest review. Here's where we wait for a graphic to come in. Stand by. Anyway, today we're gonna review the new boot from Lalo. It's a jungle boot. This is a Coyote version that is uniform compliant actually. They also have another version that is more Vietnam era in terms of the layout. It's Ranger green in the textile portion, and it's polishable black leather in the leather portion. So anyway, I have this because I like everything Coyote, everything sand. That's kind of like my thing, so I got this. First of all, thanks so much for Lalo and CEO Jay to making sure that I got this pair to try them out. If you want to see the full features, I'm going to keep this one short, but if you want to see the full features, Lalo has on the website a very nice video. It has a much better good looking guy go over the features in their website, so you can check all the details there. I'm going to do a review of how they perform on the field. So a number of things that I like a lot. First is the design in the sole, right? If you have seen my other review, or if not, go on my channel. We have a review about the Lalo Intruders dash amphibians because they have a very similar build. Those are very flat, right? These ones have a Vietnam era pattern, which I really like. It's very aggressive. It performs great. It really has a lot of traction. It kind of dissipates water and mud really nicely. So it's definitely, anyway, one of the features that made the Vietnam boot what it was, right? So I think that that's also kind of very important to highlight. Staying on this, on the sole, another thing that I really like is if you look a little bit closer, you can see how it has some of the heel here. You can actually see a heel. It's not flat, it actually has a heel. I really like this offset because it kind of allows for a very nice heel strike all the way into toe up offset that is ideal for carrying weight or for rocking. So when you are already walking with some weight on you, this kind of promotes a posture in which your knees are not going to hyperextend. So that is really a nice feature that I like about these boots. The other things that I like about these boots staying still on the sole is how they perform. As you can see, they have this return. Honestly, when you're walking in this, you feel like you can walk forever. The return of energy is really, really fantastic. That's one of my favorite features as well. You see some holes here. They have the same drainage system that the Lalo amphibians do. So water, it's passive. So if water comes in, I mean, if you are stepping on something, you're gonna get water inside, but that same water is gonna come out. This is a lot better than having drain holes here like most boots do, because that way, when you're stepping, you're pushing everything outside into the end of the boot. So you're kind of helping gravity do the work. So that's really, really a nice feature as well. Talking about the boot itself, the leather is super nice, right? The leather is really, really good. It's really soft, straight out of the box, super comfortable to use. I went on a kayaking outing, carrying the kayak some miles and stuff, right out of the box, and it was great. I had no complaints. The leather is really good. You can really feel the quality. Talking about the textile portion of it, it's 1000D Cordura, so it's one of the most, of the toughest materials that it's out there. A lot of companies use this same material to build their rucks, for example. So it's 1000D Cordura, so it's really, really good. The gusseted tongue, it's really nice because that kind of keeps everything from going inside. Once this thing is locked in, and you don't get any debris inside. And the inside, the liner is one of the most comfortable things. It's soft. I feel that whenever you're wearing a jungle boot, whether it's leather or textile, there's always a problem that when you're breaking them in, you feel here at the back of your heel some discomfort. This liner is so good that you really don't feel it. Of course, like any boot, you want to break them in a little bit, but it really reduces the discomfort when you start using this boot. So again, that's also something that I like. And like the Lalo footwear or the Lalo boots signature, they have a little lace pocket, so when you are laced in, laces go in, out of mind, because you're not going to get that not going everywhere because you're there, right? So overall, a great boot. It's light. It also has a plastic tipped, like I could actually bend everything in the boot with that plastic pointer, so it's kind of protecting your toes. I like everything about this boot. I think this is a very good go-to boot. It's very breathable. It's you can take it everywhere. I've done a lot of workouts, some rocking, etc. Here's the one thing that I will comment. It's a bit narrow, right? In the point, it's a bit narrow in the tip of the shoe, because it has a plastic toe protection, a plastic toe guard here on the inside. Then, if you're used to very wide toe box shoes, that's probably going to be a little bit uncomfortable. On the flip side, right, on the positive side of this, is that A, your toes are protected, of course, and B, the leather is so soft that it really gives you room to wiggle your toes. I, for example, wear a 9.5 to 10. I downsized in this one to a 9, and I still have a lot of room for my toes. It's just a matter of how much you want your toes splayed in or not, right? That's a thing of personal preference. If you use hiking boots, you know that sometimes having a boot that is a trade-off. If you want a boot, if you want the protection, if you want the stability, sometimes the trade-off is that your foot is going to be a little bit more compressed inside a structured piece of footwear. So if you can live with that, this is the boot for you. If you are a hardcore, die-hard, white toe box, I wear sandals all the time, I'm a barefoot guy. If that is something that is ultimately a must for you to have that wide spread in the toes, then you might want to either A, size up, or B, take a look at another one. I mean, that's the only limitation I would say, is that the tip is a bit narrow. For me, I'm a wide toe box kind of guy, so it's like I feel it, but at the same time, I think that if I'm doing a long event or I'm doing a long outing, I'd rather have my toes feel a bit more close together than go with a footwear that is going to have a wide toe box, but it's not going to provide the same features that this boot provides for me. And like I said, the leather is so soft that even when I'm stepping, I do feel that the leather allows my toes to go a little bit wider than what the actual sole pattern is. Lalo tells me this has the same pattern that the Intruders and Amphibians. So if you already have a pair of those, you could potentially order the same size. In my experience, I order half a size less, just because it's a jungle boot, and if you don't use jungle boots that often, it's your first jungle boot, it's a good practice to size down, because if you have too much wiggle room inside, then the heel is going to start to rob you and rob you and rob you and rob you. So, and that's with every jungle boot, right? I mean, it's just because you don't have that much material inside, it just canvas against your foot. So anyway, that's the honest review. Solid boot. I really like it. As you can see, it cleans really well. This is just water and a brush, so it cleans really well. One thing to consider again, how wide did you like your toe box? That's the only thing to consider. It's not good or bad, it's preference. Other than that, this is a very good go-to boot. Leave your comments, leave your questions. If I'm gonna leave there, if you go to Lalo and get a Tovar 20, you get 20% discount. If you want to buy their footwear, gonna come up with some more reviews of some other boots. Please feel free to leave comments. What else do you want to see next? Thank you for everybody that has posted some of the questions in the other videos, and we'll see you in the next honest review.